In this video, we'll do the integral of 1 over 1 plus 2 sine x times cosine x dx. So this 2 sine x cosine x looks kind of weird. So if you take the square, a plus b quantity squared, you get 2 times a times b. So this looks like sine x plus cosine x quantity squared. So let's look at sine x plus cosine x quantity squared. So that would be sine squared x plus cosine squared x plus 2 sine x times cosine x. So we know trig's identity. Sine squared x plus cosine squared x is 1. So that's where we get this denominator from. So this will be 1 plus 2 sine x times cosine x. So this integral will equal the integral of 1 over sine x plus cosine x quantity squared. Good. So let's look at sine x plus cosine x. We can combine these into one trig expression, namely r sine of x plus an angle phi, let's just call it. So that would be r times the sine angle, some angle. So this will be sine x cosine phi plus cosine x sine phi. So we have sine x plus cosine x multiplied by 1, right? So I would love to take out cosine phi or sine phi, but let's just let cosine phi equal sine phi. You might ask why? Well, we can just solve for phi. So solving that would be tangent phi equals 1 or phi equals pi over 4. So that is the angle we need in this trig expression. So now let's factor that out. That would be r times cosine of pi over 4, because we know what phi is now, multiplied by sine x plus cosine x. Now cosine of pi over 4, that is square root of 2 over 2. But if you don't rationalize the denominator, it's just 1 over square root of 2, which can be written as r over square root of 2 times sine x plus cosine x. Okay, good. So now we have r over square root of 2 equals 1. Multiplied by square root of 2, you get r equals square root of 2. Okay, good. So now you have this sine x plus cosine x term equal square root of 2 times sine of x plus pi over 4. So let's see if we can integrate this better. So this will be the integral of 1 over sine x plus cosine x quantity squared, which is the square root of 2 sine of x plus pi over 4, like we just got before, and then dx. Square root of 2 quantity squared is 2, so that's a fraction, that would be 1/2. Integral of 1 over sine squared of x plus pi over 4. Okay. 1 over sine squared of something is cosecant squared of that something, which is x plus pi over 4. Okay. We know the derivative of tangent x is secant squared x, so it's a trig expression squared. We also know that the derivative of cotangent x will be equal to negative cosecant squared x. So it looks very similar to the derivative above. So we'll use that. So we'll multiply by a negative, and then we'll multiply by a negative inside. And the parameter x plus pi over 4, the derivative is 1, so we don't have to divide by 1, because anything divided by 1 is itself. So this will just be negative 1/2. This integral will be cotangent x plus pi over 4, and then add c. And that is the end of the video. Hope you liked it.